What's up guys, it's Lion. Today I have a LEGO work in progress update on June 13th, 2017. Really, not a lot has happened in the last week, at least it's visible easily on camera. For the most part, that's partially due because I got a crazy hairbrain in mind. I'm getting a little tired of this layout a little bit. I don't know exactly if I'm getting tired, but I'm just getting this feeling I should rebuild this. Just start fresh, completely fresh. Some vehicles, like keep some of them, actually probably a decent number because I really like a lot of these builds, but also start fresh with some of the other ones. And I'm thinking not just redo the layout, I'm also thinking of like completely going different, not just rearranging base plates and redoing buildings, but even doing a partially elevated layout, and you know, something really just a little different. And so there's several major advantages. First of all, I can get rid of most of the building space. I can get rid of this right here where I have the buildings that face backwards, or you have to come around here to look at the front angle. I mean, it's not too hard, but just for ease of filming, it's actually a lot easier if I could just walk along. Just imagine me able to walk along like this and just show all the buildings. And so what I'm thinking about doing that is having a lower road that would run just as this one would, as in like a tunnel. And this would actually be underground. So this would be a tunnel. So from here, the road might actually end about here. It might even have a back panel. But essentially here, there would be a tunnel and entrance or exit, depending on where direction you're going. You could come out and the road would come along the front here, cross the bridge, keep on coming, and probably right here enter a T-junction that could go into a tunnel that way, or come out the layout, technically speaking, in an imaginary continued world. And then everything else would be, and then there'd be a train line that'd run across, at least on these 3 base plates, on a 16 stud wide section. And then the rest of it would probably, and at this point there'd be an upper road that'd run parallel above this one to start with. And then here would go an extra base plate and a half over. So it'd come down the middle right here. And then over here it'd angle over half a base plate, and that train track would actually join into that and go underneath the rest of the layout as the road would then get the edge. If you're wondering how I'm going to do that, the upper section is actually probably almost completely made out of cardboard, because that's an easy material. I know how to work with it. I can get supplies very cheap, mostly for free. And I can work with it easily. It's a lot easier to work with than wood, actually, to me. Just takes a little longer, but it's a lot easier to work with, and it feels I don't feel so bad if you just throw it all away, you know? And I would end up having, actually, the upper road would be made out of cardboard, specifically to accommodate my tram. Since this actually has some problems right now, it's really hard to show them, but essentially the wheels are so far forward, if I actually bring it in frame, they're actually like right there, something like that. They're very close to the front. That when they come around the corners and you have these bits right here for the sidewalk, except for they're in the curve section, sometimes the edge gets really close to the rails and the wheels hit it and it bounces, and I don't think I've had it derail yet, but I would be afraid in the future sometime. Plus, this train route really isn't optimal and ideal for trams, and doesn't make much sense. So I'm thinking about redoing it, and then I could have a tram just running down the middle of the road pretty much the whole way, and then I'd put a polarity switch, and I have one over here, and I'll tell what this is in just a second. There, I have one right here. I'd take this out because I don't need it. The battery box can act as the switch, and I'd put it in this, and I'd just kind of put it as a little handle down here on one of the cars or something. And essentially, that would just hit. I just use the R remote to set to a decent, reasonable speed, and it just hit. It just go just like an old monorail, except for built out of power functions and on 2 rails. And in the other train loop, actually wouldn't even leave the layout. It would actually just loop around here. Both rails would come together here, and then the one would go all the way around the back, and then the other one would come out here and run down, and then they'd both join back in here underneath the bridge, underneath the other road, right down the middle, angling over. And I might in the back, because I'm thinking about putting like an underground subway station there. I'm thinking just to make sense for cargo trains, just for fun. I might put a switch in, just a switch back there that I can mess around with, just to make more sense, you know. And then underneath here, that'll travel along the tunnel. The one will go back to the very back of the layout to be optimal, and have a turnaround here. Then that'll come back in, and that's the reason why this road would end here, and then I could have the whole thing covered. Over here, this would actually be the normal height, and then I want to put like a waterfall, the little river, and I could bring the train track actually elevated a little, and make it put on a bridge and stuff, and essentially kind of just have some fun with that, and have the train run that way. And it just have a couple tunnels, and it'd pop out here, and you'd come across the bridge. It wouldn't be as visible, definitely nowhere near as visible as it is now, but it still would just be kind of nice, and it'd be out of the way It would be actually very convenient, and I don't have to have a bridge. I could just have a single bridge. Actually, no, it's technically 2 bridges. I could probably make them the same bridge, though, if I wanted to just make a big, long, wide one. It might even end up being that, actually, just because of how the gap goes. I could use the existing one, make a new one. I'd probably finish the existing one, too, I'm at it. And yeah, by the way, I wouldn't leave the cardboard the way it is. I'd actually paint it. In fact, I want to make it look really nice. Probably mix up some dark bluish gray style paint. In part of that, I want to completely redo the major buildings and stuff. Probably these will be the most likely to look the same. I really like this building style. I want to stick with this. That'll probably look similar, but not the exact same. The city maintenance yard, I don't even know how that's going to morph. That'd be interesting. This is probably going to become like a strip mall, and more the common roadside, not the more inappropriate kind, for obvious reasons. And so yeah, and I guess quickly what this is actually at least the gearbox potentially for sending a central shaft up for a motorized windmill. So if I take the battery box here, I switch it on, I can rotate a gear essentially, and that's supposed to be a hand crank. It's supposed to be engageable, so I could. The concept here is that underneath here there's a clutch gear, and the idea is that it could slide, so I could just hand drive it and not have to engage with the motor. The problem with that concept is just trying to keep these reinforced. They're not too noisy, and so that they don't lose have a lot of friction. It's better to have it out. So I just need to slide the gears down. In fact, I could probably do that right now. Boom, problem solved. So yeah, that just so I get when you're rotating it by hand, there's actually a clutch gear that can engage. I might put a linear clutch on it, maybe. I don't know, maybe I could put a linear clutch to make it smoother. But yeah, as you can see, if I maybe try to hold it down, we can, yeah, so just in case I need to hand rotate it. But yeah, that's essentially how it goes down. And I actually have a convenient access door. It's built up right there, so I can pull the battery box out. So this is gonna stay, stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm still thinking about it, but I think it's gonna be likely. So anyways, there you go. There's my crazy idea. That's it. And so I'm gonna get to work, and maybe I'll start working on behind the scenes stuff, and maybe we'll make some progress. Work in progress updates might not be too exciting, but I'll keep you guys in the loop. I don't know how much I'm gonna do on this, because I don't feel like doing a ton of stuff in this now, because it just doesn't make as much sense. But that's just me. But anyways, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys be for now. Stay tuned for releases this Friday, I think. I'm not sure. Definitely this Saturday. So stay tuned at least, I guess. And I will talk to you guys again very soon. Bye for now. Don't forget to like if you liked, and subscribe if you want to see more. As always, happy building, and I'll talk to you guys again next time. Bye for now.